Welcome into the Eric Zane Show Podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. Scratchy, what is that all about? Hope you're all doing okay. Feeling good, feeling fine. It's going to be hot as shit again today. Boy, it was a cooker. And now it's to the point where it's like the grass is baking again. The grass kind of came back with a little bit of rain, and then it's like, oh, my God. Back to being so incredibly dry. Saw an image online the other day, and I should have saved it because, you know, if you remember during the rainy season in California, all that snow that fell, and then they got a lot of rain. And my God, there's some massive reservoir that, like last year at this time, it was an absolute trickle. The image, it was like a bridge going over just dry land, and at the bottom of it was a small little ravine, probably like, I'm not kidding you, 4 feet wide. It's a reservoir for, you know, for water that they consume in this part of the country. And now it's like fucking full. It's 100% full. Last couple of years, we've had stories out of like Lake Mead, which is the lake that was formed when they built the Hoover Dam. And that thing's still incredibly low. Corey up in Maine says it's been raining up there for weeks. But it's going to be dry where I am here. All right. Polluted air. All these wildfires. My gosh. Thank you so much for being here. The Eric Zane Show Podcast, where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures each and every day of the work week. Yesterday, I was able to close the fitness ring. Now, I say that still not feeling that great. Closing the fitness ring is like if you have an Apple Watch, you know, it's that. This is the same thing, but with the phone. It knows when I'm moving. It tracks it. And you can set the goal for like a mile, which is no problem. And it's actually based on calories. So I set it for a certain amount of calories. And then, so you gotta move to meet your fucking fitness goal. And I've been paying attention to it. And I'm like, all right, that's where I'm at. That's how rudimentary I am in trying to get some. Oh, hey, I think we have a visitor. Puppy was just laying there in bed with Pooh Bear on your head. Yeah, you want to put her on the couch or anything? Yeah, whatever. It's jammy time. Whatever. It's just that Pooh Bear just woke up. She'll probably get down. She's heavy, isn't she? Uh-huh. All right, thanks. Appreciate you. Okay, love you too. Doctor's appointment 10:30. Look at she already got down. I didn't know why I put her up there. Probably gonna go pee in the other side of the room. So, you know, this is like the lowest I've been. And I'm like, I got to start really basic here. And all sorts of folks are like, yeah, let's be fitness buddies. And I'm like, yeah, you know, that's great. I don't really want to do, I mean, outside of you just saying, hey, this is what I did. And me saying, this is what I did. I don't want it to be like, you know, something I have to commit to, because that's just like me to start it. And then all of a sudden I'm going to leave you hanging. It's me, not you. I'm just going to talk about it here. And then hopefully, you know, share with me your progress of how you're doing. That's fine. But I don't want to do something where I'm like on the hook. Like I'm committed, but not committed to all the nuts and bolts shit. I mean, outside of going outside and going for a run or a walk or something like that. All right, I can do that for now. But I am 1,000,000% convinced that in order for me to meet my goals of being able to look at myself and not be disgusted and not have odors coming out of spots where there weren't odors before, I'm going to have to change the way I eat. And, oh, fuck, I don't know, man. You can't just go out and run and expect to be successful or walk. I mean, you might improve your overall health, your lungs, and your heart. But me running around with all this extra baggage is really bad for, like, my joints. And I'm already starting to feel it. My right knee is just, like, screaming at me going up and down the steps. This is 4 fucking days of closing the fitness ring. And my knee is like, oh, boy, here we go. And I can see it coming. It's going to start to get really, really bad. Damn it. Hang on, I got to drink this coffee. Corey says you should switch to riding a bike. It's probably easier on your joints. Nah, I don't know, man. If anything, I'd probably just walk. And that's what I did yesterday. I'm like, okay, I'm going to go out for this short run to close the old fitness ring. So I start running. Fucking right knee starts hurting a little bit. Like, oh, shit. So I start walking, listening to AC/DC. God, I love that band. I love that band so much. I was watching a video of the Grammys from like 10 years ago. Maybe not that long. And they had AC/DC open up the Grammys. And talk about a band that, I mean, they've done the same thing for like 40 years. They open it up and everybody is losing their mind. Like ultra famous people are losing their mind. Paul McCartney, Lady Gaga, Katy Perry, Dave Grohl, the guy from The Voice, the country dude, who married Gwen Stefani. What's his name? Tyler Durden? What the fuck? Blake Shelton. They're all like losing their minds. They are so beloved. So I'm taking my walk. I'm like, all right, it's time for the walk. And then I run a little bit, and then I walk a little bit, and then I run a little bit, and then I walk a little bit. Start feeling a little better. And then I get it done. Fitness ring closed. Now, the problem is, leading up to this, I haven't really done anything to warrant appropriate eating. You know, finishing off a Bosco's quesadilla for lunch is not exactly a great choice. Leading up to that, a big-ass fucking bowl of cherries, which that came back to haunt me. Holy shit, man. I was shitting like a goose. Okay, bowl of cherries, Bosco's quesadilla, apple. Go running. Sit here for an hour. I'm hungry. I was so fucking hungry that I ate a piece of cold fried chicken from Meijer, which is underrated. I am not kidding you. The Meijer fried chicken that comes in that black bottom container with the clear top, and it's like costs next to nothing, and you get like a fucking bucket and a half of chicken. It is for real, man. No joke. Blows KFC away. The Meyer chicken is the best thing in the whole fucking store. I grab a drummy. I kill that cold. I eat that cold. Then I get the paper plate, put 2 more pieces on it, another drummy and a thigh, and this risotto left over from the Father's Day extravaganza. A lot of risotto. While I'm microwaving that, I'm picking the skin off of another piece of chicken while that's heating up because I can't wait. I pull that out and go to town. I obliterate that. And then that's that. And then that's not great. That's not, but I'm like, fuck. So that's the frustration. I love the food too much. And when I get, this is what I was telling you about yesterday. I said, I can sit here and talk till I'm blue in the face. But I'm in I seriously think, I think that's got to be a thing when you're addicted to food, right? A food addiction. I feel more powerless to this than to alcohol, however many years ago that was. 27 years ago this month. Wait a minute. 96, 06, 16. Yeah. 27 years ago this month, I quit drinking. This is harder. This is harder. Today's a new day. I don't have any really excellent food choices in the home. Like if you were to go into the fridge right now or the pantry, it's a war zone of garbage. Okay? This big container of M&Ms, peanut M&Ms, which dwindles quite quickly because of me, but I haven't eaten it from it in a few days, was almost gone. And the queen of the forest went to Sam's Club and bought a new one. Oh, no. Oh, fuck. Oh. Corey says if you're going to eat, just buy healthier stuff and then just stuff your face with the healthier stuff. I don't know, man. Yeah, I guess. Just a bunch of tricks I have to try to pull off. Darla trying to get on the couch, barking at her brothers. You want up there? Come here. Come here. All right, now hang on. Now she's going to the door because she knows Diana is in the home. Okay, already peed. I need help. Hang on. I'm going to do this. This is all fucked up. Okay, here's the problem. So Darla was laying on Diana's bed, or our bed. And I'm in here doing my thing. Here, it's time. I'm going to start to move around. I'm going to drop the dog off. Okay, great. You have to let the dog out before you bring her in here. She's a puppy. Any change of scenery, change of environment, the first thing they do is they want to pee. That didn't happen. So she comes in here and pees. So I go, all right. Can you mind? Please take her. All right. What the hell was I? I'm not really in a bad mood. I just sound like it. Because I know what's going to happen with this fat fucking fitness ring bullshit. I'm going to fuck it up. I'm going to lose. I'm already falling off. I can feel the momentum fading. Today is day 5 of fitness ring closing. But something's got to give here. I'm probably going to. In fact, holy shit. Here's one little victory. After I polish off the 3 pieces of fried chicken and the 1.5 pounds of risotto, Pooh Bear was pulling a, those drumsticks you get? Those shitty ice cream cones that you pay way too much money for. They're individually wrapped. She bought those 2. She's pulling one out of the freezer. And I'm like, fuck. And right away, I'm like, okay. I'll just eat the drumstick. And I'm not going to worry about my food. I'm just going to eat whatever I want and just keep exercising. Now, that's counterintuitive. That's like the opposite of what I talked about earlier in the day. And I knew that once I have it in front of my face, the temptation consumes me. It's like a drug. It is a drug. It's so fucked up. Oh, my God. I did not eat it. I walked away and went to bed. But today's a new day. There's Baby Ruth's in the drawer, fun size, along with Butterfingers. And then she went and bought this gigantic blister pack full of like my favorite candies of all time. And she goes, this is snacks for our trip next week. And I go, ugh. She goes, you can't worry about what you eat on the trip. I go, I know. Calories don't count. I'm so fucked. This is so not happening. Mike Ball reaches out to me. Dear Fatty, are we racing this year? Raise some money for AT. I hear you bitching about your fat. I'm right there with you, he says. Some type of weight loss challenge. Whatever. How the fuck we did it for the Grand Rapids Half Marathon. Yeah, I'm all about it. I am all about it. So I gotta move. I'm disgusted and not really engaged with this. I need more victories. Okay, closing the fitness ring is one fucking thing. This food thing. I mean, I feel like I've lost all of my knowledge of what to. I know what to do, but the temptation makes me think like a fucking moron. Holy shit. Nick writes, I just got a flat top griddle for his getaway spot up north. Nothing healthy is ever cooked on those. Oh my God, you are not kidding. Are you talking like I think they're called a Blackstone. It's like the big popular brands. Those are awesome. Kenny says you're covering all of my struggles here. Well, yeah, I mean, I can definitely see that. But, you know, with you, it's times 8 million. Linda says, have to get all those delicious things out of your house. Baked chicken and veggies. Ugh. Only race you're running is to the bathroom to shit your brains out after all that food. Yeah, thanks. My God. Megan says, I'm coming to your house for snacks. Corey says, eating shit and then exercising is just going to keep you where you are. You won't get bigger, but you won't get better either. That's true. Oh. Son of a bitch. Chris says, food addiction is the worst. You aren't alone. Joe Pellerito says, you get that look like your dog does when he's not supposed to bolt. Megan says deprivation isn't the way to do it. Just eat the one drumstick and move on. I wish. Yeah, I got to do that. Question about the NFK. Speaking of shit, is the NFK doing better or still leaving poop fingerprints? Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen feces in a while. Let's just say that. All right. I don't mean to start the show with all sorts of negativity, but Dear Meathead, maybe we can ask Dad about weight loss issues, about eating appropriately. I know what he says. Just it's willpower, guy. If you have questions for Dad on Dear Meathead, it happens in 35 minutes. Eric at EricZaneShow.com if you'd like to reach out with a question for Dad. As always, he loves to hear from you. I have a few in the queue, but can always use more. On the Shoreliner strifing inbox, Eric at EricZaneShow.com. Dad having memory issues. This is another bummer. I had a conversation with Queen of the Forest yesterday about, she says, your dad did not remember my name when we went to see him the other day. I go, oh, yeah? She goes, yeah. He does this thing, by the way, where if you walk in and everybody's like, hey, how you doing? We're here. Oh, my God. Hello. He'll go, hey, what's your name? And like he's kidding. Hey, who are you? He's serious. He doesn't know who you are. He's done it to me more than once. He did it to Diana when she walked in. Hey, what's your name? Like he's like, it's kind of like, hey, what's going on? Hey, what's your name, guy? Short time later, she tells me that they're sitting next to each other outside as I'm preparing the meal. She goes, Reuben. Yes. What is my name? He goes, I do not know. He goes, I know your face. I know who you are. I do not know your name. Holy fuck. Put yourself into that spot right now. Imagine one of the people that is closest to you. Could be anybody. Imagine that person right now. How familiar you are with them. And now, imagine yourself not knowing their name. What the fuck is up? How? Is there like a little Pac-Man in the brain that's just chomping away at the shit that, hey, that memory? What the fuck? Oh. What else did he do? And then Jim, my son, is sitting there. I think I might even have mentioned this already. My dad leans into Diana and says, is that your brother? She goes, no, Reuben. That is my son. That is your grandson, Jim. Oh my God. Fuck. This is going to be tough. All right. Let's move on. Away from the personal things and on to more things going on in the world. But before I do that, if you are getting the show, watching at Facebook.com/Eric Zane fan page, or Twitter at Eric Zane Show, or on YouTube, I'm going to cut the cord, and to get the rest of the show as it happens live each morning with the video element to it, it is uninterrupted on Twitch. If you can download the Twitch app, either in the Google Play section of your Android phone or whatever the fuck it is, Google Play app or the Apple... what the fuck? Now I sound like my dad. Download the Twitch app on the... Is it Apple iStore? What the fuck is it called? Apple Store? iStore? Podcast Store? I don't know. Fuck. Download that shit and then search Eric Zane Live, and you can get the show on your mobile device and get it that way. Or if you're online on a desktop or laptop, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Download the audio podcast wherever you download shows. I'm on all of the platforms. Just search Eric Zane Show and download. Subscribe to one of those. I would appreciate that. And then if you ever have any thing you want to share with me, send me a story, maybe something you want to tip me off about. Send it along on the Shoreliner Striping inbox, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. Okay. So I'm going to cut you loose right now. Facebook and Twitter brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Twitter brought to you by Blue Frost IT. Kyle says, have you been checked for dementia? Not yet. Maureen says, Linda, her sister, and I are doomed. Alzheimer's on both sides of our family. Oh, my God. Kyle says, you're not supposed to make them guess. Just let them speak. Yeah, that's a good point. No more quizzes for Dad. Don't put the pressure on him, for fuck's sake. Kyle says, you don't remember your wife's name. Ryan says, this show's so negative. 1-star review incoming. To the candy. All right. Kenny says, I look forward to when Eric forgets who I am. Maybe he'll be nice to me again. No, that's impossible. I don't act nice to people who intentionally sabotage my show like you and Amanda do. Why would I do that? Why would I be nice to someone who goes out of their way to either beg for attention like a child and then fake like he's sad? Oh my God. Yeah, I don't know. That ship has sailed. It's the best it's going to be, and you're going to have to wrap your mind around that. To the candy. I'm tired of the game of you and Amanda acting like you don't do phone sex. I'm tired of the game by Amanda and Kenny. This is what they do. The show gets done, and then they pay off a bet with each other in sexual favors. If Kenny gets me to flip out because of his intentional trying to destroy the show, Amanda has to suck his dick. And then if Amanda gets me to flip out, Kenny will eat her asshole. These are all things that happen from these two fucking disgusting scumbags. That's the way it is. They are deviant fucking clowns. To the candy. And they deserve everything terrible in life. They are the two remaining Zaniacs that are still here. They're spies for the Zaniacs. They're horrible human beings. We all know this. It will get no better, and that's the way it is. To the candy.
I'll fuck his ass with my dick.
Hey, I didn't do it. I'm not the one who does these things. These two negotiate the plan, and then 5 minutes before the show goes live, they go for it. They like put the plan in place, and then
I'm gonna fuck his ass with a beer bottle.
All right, that's enough of that. So the latest on this submarine. There are 3 scenarios that they think the most possible, but actually they don't really know which one is the most possible. But They drop this device into the water that picks up sounds, and they're hearing like noises in the ocean somewhere. So if they are able to locate it, if it is at the bottom of the ocean, they have to be able to bring it up. And I don't know if they know how to do that. My first thought is, when something like that goes in the water, there's probably a reason for this. It's probably just not feasible. Why can't it go down with a tether? Like, it's 2 miles underwater. Why can't they have a set of like a tether attached to it that if in the event something goes south, they can slowly reel it in like a big fucking fish? Canadian military surveillance aircraft detected underwater noises. A statement from the U.S. Coast Guard did not elaborate on what rescuers believe the noises could be. 30-minute intervals, they would hear the sound. What? 30-minute intervals? So why? Why not like 1-minute intervals? I mean, if I'm stuck 2 miles underwater, and if that's them saying, all right, guys, here's the plan. Every 30 minutes, we're going to tap on the inside of this fucking thing, and maybe they'll hear us. I'd be like, fuck you, man. I'm going to be doing a John Bonham on the inside of that fucking thing. Hold on, I can hear it. I think he's rapping out Moby Dick. Neil Peart. Hang on, I'm going to do the drum solo from YYZ. Buddy Rich, or maybe fucking Wipeout. Holy shit, I hear Wipeout on the bottom of the ocean. We've pinpointed. You can probably hear it from fucking shore. That's how loud I would be rapping on that motherfucking inside wall of that sub. Newly uncovered allegations suggest that there had been significant warnings made about vessel safety during its development. Here we go. Lost aboard the vessel are pilot Stockton Rush. He's the CEO of the company leading the expedition. That just sounds like a rich fucker's name. I am Stockton Rush. Or the name of a band, maybe. A Rush cover band. His passengers are a British adventurer, which we talked about this yesterday, 2 members of a Pakistani business family, and a Titanic expert. Searches yielded negative results. The data suggests, we need further analysis to determine what it is. Well, yeah, who gives a fuck what it is? Just go with it. If that's all you're... Jesus. The Coast Guard statement came after Rolling Stone, citing what it described as internal U.S. Department of Homeland Security emails on the search, said the teams heard banging sounds in the area every 30 minutes. In underwater disasters, a crew unable to communicate with the surface relies on banging on the submersible's hull to be detected by sonar. Boring stuff. Underwater robots started searching in the vicinity. I need to know more about this. The submersible had 7 backup systems to return to the surface, including sandbags and lead pipes that drop off and an inflatable balloon. One system is designed to work even if everyone aboard is unconscious. OceanGate had been warned there might be catastrophic safety problems posed by the way the experimental vessel was developed. This Stockton Rush, I saw he made one statement not that long ago, and he's like, when it comes to safety, I don't want to live in a world where I can't even get out of bed. Everything is going to have some risk. Everything. So this is the guy who's piloting this thing. And, I bet she's like, fuck, I wish I hadn't thought that. Three scenarios cover what happened to the Titanic submersible, experts say. Only one carries chance of survival. One, the vessel, known as Titan, may be bobbing around on the surface, waiting to be found. That's a possibility, but presumably at the end of the dive, the vessel would have surfaced as expected. That seems increasingly unlikely as time goes past. Vessels like the Titan are designed to either drop weights. We talked about that. If it had come to the surface, it would have been found by now. They have searched an area the size of Connecticut. 2, it's suffered a catastrophic implosion, leak, or power failure. There's also a chance of a small fire from an electrical short circuit that may have compromised the vehicle's electronic systems, which are used for navigation. The worst case scenario is that the pressure hull was breached, leading to a catastrophic implosion. It would happen quite quickly, and there would be little chance of surviving. It's also really cold down there, and if they have no power, it's completely black. And when you go down, it takes 8 hours to get down there and back. That just seems so fucking boring to me, man. I would hate that shit. And you got to layer up because it's so cold. So it's rough, whatever the temperature they can have, they're fucking freezing their asses off. Maybe even hypothermed if they are down at the bottom of the ocean. The third scenario, it's somehow become tangled in the wreckage of the Titanic. Can you imagine if there's like a dead body down there and it's like a hand is hooked onto the fucking thing holding it back? It's like the hand of the captain is holding the thing in place. Might be the dumbest thing I've ever said. 2 experts said that another likely scenario is just that. Part of the the fucking thing won't let us go. Oh my God. A seabed rescue is very difficult. There are very few vessels on Earth that can get that deep, and certainly not divers. I mean, seriously, I don't know how they would even do that. I mean, if it's at the bottom and there's very few contraptions that can even get that low, how the fuck could anything ever happen to get it up, to actually pull it up from the surface? It's not like, when you ditch the car and some hillbilly comes up and just hooks it on and pulls it out. It would take an unbelievable engineering feat to be able to, they should just stop searching at this point. I mean, that's fucking awful, but Jesus, they are so dead. Here's a quote. David Galloway, senior advisor for strategic initiatives at RMS Titanic, told CNN that dwindling oxygen levels and fighting the cold were the primary concerns for the passenger safety at this point. The water is very deep, 2 miles plus. It's like a visit to another planet. It's not what people think it is. It is a sunless, cold environment and high pressure. My God. Yeah, I hate to say it, but it would take a miracle to somehow make it so that this does not have a terrible ending. Man. Who Cut the Cheese said there should have had like safety balloons that shoot out and take the sub to the surface. Lots of redundant systems. They lost power and froze. Rest in peace to the lost. Oh yeah. They should, if Gordon Lightfoot were alive, he'd be writing a song right now about these fuckers. And if this is the case, if this is the ultimate fate of these people, I mean, you have to add 5 more to the death toll of Titanic. Titanic did this fucking thing. We got to learn to leave shit alone. That adventuring spirit is too fucked up. You know? All that fucking money that these rich pricks invested in this fucking thing, and now they have no fucking families. They're dead. Or they're dead and their families are crying. Yeah, let's reel it in a little bit. Maybe one less trip to Mars. Holy fuck. You know, maybe just a little bit too much. Yeah, if we can't even get 2 miles under the water, how the fuck are we going to get to Mars? Jesus. All right, so that's about it as we wait for new developments. Man. Eric at EricZaneShow.com. If you have a question for Dad, for Dear Meathead. Bob adds, if they're even floating around on the surface, they're still screwed. Because it can't be opened from the inside. You have to open it from the outside. Wouldn't it be a real bitch if the whole time they were on top of the water, but couldn't get out, and they still ran out of oxygen? Oh. My God. All right. This is rough. Joe writes, great choice of words, Eric. Let's reel this in. K-Dub, who I think is new. Are you new? Says one guy who went down last year said the waiver mentioned death at least 3 times. Yeah, no thanks. Not interested. Kyle adds, this is how the sequel to Titanic will start. Shit. All right. The Patreon bonus podcast happens again today, and tomorrow will be a busy day because we're recording another edition of Who Are These Zanes, and then the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast happens tomorrow, 7 p.m. Eastern. To sign up or to see it, sign up for free at patreon.com/Eric Zane. 7 days free. Try out Patreon and join us on the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast tomorrow. The open and live stream of today's show brought to you by Sarah Honda Granville, SERRA, SarahHondaGranville.com. Test drive a brand new Honda today. Oh my gosh, these are fantastic cars. You can check them out on the lot, test drive, and then in 2 weeks you are in a brand new vehicle. Or drive away in a brand new, or I should say a 1 or 2 year old car on the certified pre-owned lot. I am having trouble speaking today. Sarah Honda Granville, online at SarahHondaGranville.com. While I'm at it, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage encourages you to reach out about getting a mortgage. If you're in the mood for home buying, oh man, always a fantastic thing to get pre-approved for your mortgage. Find out exactly what you can pay. Do it by calling 231-332-6505. Great group of people over there at Van Dyke Mortgage. Thank you to them. NMLS number 3035. Perhaps it's your first mortgage. They take special care of you there because you've got a million questions that you might think are dumb. Ask those questions. They want to make sure that all your questions are answered and you feel good about what you're doing. Or if you're a veteran of this, you've purchased homes in the past, you know what this is all about. I know that's me. Every time if there's ever a new mortgage in the works or a refi, they give you like a stack of all these fucking papers to sign when you're closing. And they're like explaining it. You're like, you know what? Let's not explain anything. No explaining. Just lay it all out to the spot where I can sign and I can just go right down the line. This whole process should take the amount of time it takes me to sign 800 documents. No explaining. Just put it. I don't give a fuck. Sign it all. None of what you're going to say is going to make me change my mind. I'll sign it all. In fact, I wish I could have a stamp. I should do that and just stamp. All right. See you later. Bye-bye. Football player Tyreek Hill. I've talked about this guy being a total asshole. This was the dude who tried to make a move on Annie Agar a couple months ago, and she lit into his ass with a sweet fucking burn. But this is really crazy. Tyreek Hill, he was one of these guys who was kind of a loser growing up, and then he ended up going to some shitbag college because he was such a loser. And then I think he went to Oklahoma State, and then I think he beat the shit out of it. Okay, this is all really, really bizarre. This all comes up because he's at it again. First of all, let me go over the history of Tyreek Hill. We have to go back to college. First of all, he went to this small school, Garden City Community College, in 2014. Does well there. He has a significant other, Crystal Espinal. She was 8 weeks pregnant with his kid. Back then, Hill choked Espinal and punched her belly where the baby is, and then punched her in the face. She had concerns about the child. Child ended up being okay. She had the baby. Hill spent the night in jail. The next day, charged with felony domestic assault and battery. This is when he was at Oklahoma State after the community college thing. Oklahoma State kicked him off the football team. We don't tolerate domestic violence. He initially pled not guilty. He then pleaded guilty to the charges. And then, thanks to the plea agreement, received 3 years probation. That's it. No jail time. He went to some school, West Alabama. You know, loser school. And then he enters the NFL draft. Espinal eventually gave birth to Hill's son. So then the Chiefs drafted him because he ran a 4.25 40. So a lot of people he was drafted in like the 5th round. It was a risk. And everybody said, oh, yeah, he's good. He's good. Everything's fine. We uncovered every possible stone that we possibly could. We feel comfortable that Tyreek Hill is a good guy. He's an upstanding citizen. He's never going to do anything wrong again. Hill spoke at training camp in 2016. The fans have every right to be mad at me. I did something wrong. I let my emotions get the best of me, and I shouldn't have did it. Okay, that's another red flag. If you say, I shouldn't have did it, I mean, that really kind of puts a finer point on just how stupid you are. If you don't even have a mastery of the English language and you're not aware of it, like every time I say something wrong, I know I just said something stupid, and I have to do better in my linguistics. But if you say publicly, I let my emotions get the best of me and I shouldn't have did it, that's pretty ugly. They have every right to be mad. Hill then said, but guess what? I'm fixing to come back, be a better man, be a better citizen, and everything takes care of itself, and let God do the rest. Now, every time I talk about Tyreek Hill, I feel the need to give all this background. okay? Because otherwise people forget what happens. And then when they fuck up or do something stupid, people are like, oh, boy, and it's good to kind of like refresh your brain as to what's going on here. That's the point. That's why I do this. Patrick writes, I've never heard this story. That's gross. What a shitbag. Well, you haven't heard anything yet. This isn't over. Then, shortly thereafter, actually, this is just before the 2019 season, March of 2019. The Kansas City Star reported that Hill was under police investigation for battery involving he and Espinal's 3-year-old son, the one who, when he punched mom in the belly, this is that kid. So he's still with them. Well, the kid had suffered a broken arm. At this time, Espinal was Tyreek Hill's fiance. And the cops are like, how did he break his arm? The Chiefs said they were aware of the situation, but allowed Hill to participate in the team's offseason program. The investigation led to Hill and Espinal temporarily losing custody of their son. On April 25th, the DA said that neither Hill nor Espinal would be charged with child abuse, but that a crime had occurred and the investigation remained active. The DA could not prove who broke the child's arm. He got lucky. The NFL said it would wait until the Kansas Department of Children and Families concluded its own probe of the allegations before conducting its own investigation. Hill said, I love and support my family above everything. He maintained all along he was innocent. He says, my son's health and happiness is my number one priority. I want to thank the Kansas City Chiefs, my attorneys, my agent, and my union for supporting me through this. My focus remains on working hard and being a great football player. The next night, a Kansas City TV station released a recording of Hill and Espinal talking about what happened to their son. He was recorded without his knowledge. The criminal investigation into alleged... okay. Wait, hold on. Let me back up. The next night, TV station released a recording of Hill and Espinal who were talking about what happened to their son, talking about the criminal investigation into alleged abuse and how they handled it. Espinal said, quote, what do you do when the child is bad? You make him open up his arms and punch him in the chest. So the first question is rhetorical. What do you do when the child is bad? You make him open up his arms and you punch him in the chest. This is a 3-year-old. Hill said, well, you do use a belt, which, again, it's the English language, and he's not good at it. You do use a belt. That's sad, Hill said. Even my mama says you use a belt. Espinal said, so they're fighting over who's worse with their punishment. So Espinal said, you punch him in the chest. Hill says, you do use a belt. Even my mama says you use a belt. Espinal says, he's terrified of you. Hill says, you need to be terrified of me too, bitch. Oh, no. Once that was released, the Chiefs suspended him indefinitely. That, I think, was it. Hill's attorney issued a 4-page statement to the NFL that dismissed the child abuse claims levied against Hill by Espinal. It's just another example of the league not really doing anything. Just another case of turning a blind eye. There wasn't enough evidence. It was difficult to charge him with an actual crime, so it's difficult for the league to punish him. On July 19th, the NFL declared Hill would not be suspended as a result of the league's investigation. Just stupid. Come on The NFL's decision to not discipline him stunned many around the league. The surprise stemmed not from the alleged violence, even though the NFL's disciplinary process does not carry the same burden of proof as the legal system, but from the threatening language in the recording in particular. You need to be terrified of me too, dumb bitch, is what he said. NFL spokesman says when viewed in the context of the full 11-minute, 27-second audio recording and all the other information gathered, the statement did not rise to a level of warranting discipline under the personal conduct policy. You're fucking crazy. So these two idiots, Espinal and Hill, are talking about the terrible things they do to a 3-year-old child, which they don't dispute in the 11-minute, 27-minute audio recording. And then in the end, he gives her the threatening language when she says, your 3-year-old son is terrified of you. And he says, you should be terrified of me too, dumb bitch. And hey, no problem. So the Chiefs end up releasing him. Hold on a second. As Sporting News wrote, upon the conclusion of the investigation, the league-wide dissatisfaction with the result was predictable. Such public malaise has become the chorus that echoes from most of the NFL's disciplinary decisions based on the personal conduct policy. The reason is simple. The NFL is not capable of being a consistent, trustworthy arbiter in cases that are too complicated even for the American justice system to handle properly. The league's backpedaling in the Ray Rice case led to this kind of interposition, seemingly as a result of the pressure the league felt to take these matters of misconduct into its own hands, no matter what the courts decided. And the NFL continues to prove we're asking too much of it. If you remember Ray Rice, for months, nothing happened until the video came out. And then when the video came out of him bashing that chick, his wife, in the face in the elevator, then they disciplined him. Then there was a disciplinary action. So this is crazy. All of that is crazy. He's released from the Chiefs. Miami says, come on down. He's a superstar in Miami. Now, I'd love to tell you that he did something that's going to warrant a huge amount of discipline. But it isn't. He's under investigation of assaulting an employee at a marina in Miami Beach. Hill walked up to the guy who working at the marina and smacked the shit out of him on the back of the head. The employee has declined to press charges. Translation, after smacking him, Hill probably paid him off. The Dolphins released a statement. We are aware of this. We're looking into it. We will reserve further comment at this time. All right. Ultimately, nothing will happen. Are you kidding me? If you are an exceptional athlete, you have carte blanche to do things like this for a period of time until it is diminished returns. And we're not there yet. Maybe if he punched a woman in the stomach again. K-Dub. I like the words you're saying, K-Dub. Looks like you're having fun in here. He got season tickets. All right. Let me bring in my dad here for Dear Meathead. Brought to you by Baldwin Ace Hardware. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, hello.
Hey.
How's it?
I can't hear you too good.
Is that right?
There you go. I got you now.
Okay, that is good news. Good morning.
Yeah, how is my main chef and bottle washer and and super duper son of God-given present and all the other stupid things that I'm saying.
Oh yeah, it sounds like you're making it up as you're going.
Hey, I just got up, man.
Oh no, you're just a little sleepy. You want me to call you back?
No, I'm wide awake. I'm just up, ready to go.
All right, I love that. That was an event. Thank God your grill was working because mine was not.
That grill does not get to be used at all. Once a year, that's you.
Oh, I love that grill.
I know.
Well,
He gave it to us.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, that's an old one I gave you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's like 25 years old, that grill.
Absolutely.
Wow. And it's been used about 16 times.
I know it.
We
No?
used it a lot when we were.
Yeah. Back in the day when you'd have your banger parties.
Yeah. Wow. God, you got a mind of a ox.
Oh yeah, I remember, man. We used to throw down.
Well, hey, this has been good life.
So, Dad, I'm feeling like I'm a little bit fat. You know, I've been eating way too much, and I guess I'll start with a question. I'm struggling. I've been making bad food choices lately.
What are you talking about?
I've been overeating. I feel like I'm almost addicted to food.
Really?
Oh yeah, I've just been pigging out, and I gotta do something.
Well, I don't know. I eat 3 meals a day. Very normal. My wife does a very super duper job.
Yeah, I know it,
And, I don't drink. I don't do nothing. So.
Yeah. I'm surprised. I remember. I'm surprised you didn't say to me, Dad, or Eric, you're getting chubby, because in the past.
No, I don't know. I never zeroed in on that.
I remember one time when Jimmy walked in, you said, Jimmy, you are fat.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember that.
Oh. Yeah, that's something that a dad or a mom can say to the kid. I mean,
Well,
I would never say that, but a dad or a mom is.
I don't think I would, really.
You did. It was you who said it.
Well, that was a long time ago, honey.
Oh.
Do it now.
I've made some adjustments in my speaking.
You have? I would think that now you'd be more likely to say, hey, you're fat and look like shit.
No.
Absolutely.
No.
All
I
right.
wouldn't do that.
Well, that's good. Well, anyway, I
I would privately have a conversation with you.
okay. I gotta lose some weight. So, you know.
Well, you know what the answer to that is?
Oh, yeah.
There's no secret. Just lack of, you got to just quit eating.
Quit eating and move more.
The what?
Yeah, I gotta go for like a 10-mile walk every day, and I cannot eat any food, period.
No, I don't know. You can't do that. You got to have a decent stuff of food.
Yeah.
Not all kind of junk that goes in your mouth.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know. Well,
I eat 3 meals a day, don't I, Joanne?
Yes, you do.
yeah, I know. You do well. You do well. I mean, the problem is Diana goes to the store and buys ice cream and M&Ms.
Yeah.
No, that right there is a killer.
Oh, yeah. So I'm going to try again today. And not only do I eat, but I eat it fast, you know?
Yeah, but wait a minute. Now, if she does all of the shopping and she even chooses, she eats that, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well.
Oh, she's no better than I am. We're both.
Well, she's going to look like a thunder thigh.
Hold on. Let me write this down. She's going to look like a thunder thigh.
Thunder thigh.
All right. Now, that's just. I won't tell her you said that.
Well, no, I'm not saying that. Didn't notice that, but if she's doing that, that's what she's going to be.
Oh, I know. That's what happens to people. I'm right there with her. I'm a thunder thigh too, but I'm more like a thunder gut. I mean, it's I'm right. Yeah.
I could not picture you as I did not look in my eyes.
Okay, well that's
you're
good.
Overweight.
That's good because honestly, if you had said to me, Jesus, Eric, you're fat as hell, I would have been like, you know what? I'm really gonna get motivated. I get motivated.
Oh, I would not want to approach people saying that kind of stuff. Hey, listen, you're gaining a little weight now. You're gonna have to check that out. You know.
Well, whatever. I mean, well then you've come a long way from the old days. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, yeah, that's for damn sure.
Joe has a question. What is a snack or a candy that you love? Like,
Wait a minute.
Joe is asking. He has a question about sweets. Do you have a sweet treat that is like, oh man, I gotta have some of that?
No. I'm not into the sweets.
Oh, wait a second.
I'm not.
I saw you sneak a piece of birthday cake when we were up north, and then you went and got another.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but how often do I do that? Once every 3 years?
You eat a cookie every night.
Yeah,
We had one little cookie. My God.
all right, maybe you're forgetful today, but I think you kind of have a sweet
I
tooth.
don't know.
Yeah. Stevie says, hello, Ruben. Today is the first.
How you doing, Stevie?
Yeah. She says today's the first day of summer and it's getting hot. How do you stay cool if you don't have a pool available?
Well, we just stay indoors and got the air conditioner going, and that's all there is to it.
Maybe like outside in that shade tree there, Dad?
Yeah.
We sit out there too.
Yeah, I sit out there, but there's really no direct sun in that area.
I'm sorry?
We got a tree.
Well,
shade.
we got a shady tree there,
Yeah.
and we sit right under it.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good.
Keep away from the sun. That's all there is to it.
Exactly. Matt wants to know, with Father's Day being this past weekend, has Eric ever given you a gift, or have you ever received a gift that you were like, what the hell am I going to do with this?
No, they always give me cash.
Yeah, I noticed that Jimmy gave you a gift card. How about that?
Yeah,
Well, you gave us a dinner.
and you give us a big dinner.
Oh, yeah, I like those.
I mean, look at all the stuff that you did in that dinner business.
Oh, yeah, that was an event, you know?
That was a $722 dinner.
Well, what's interesting is I was cutting up the meat, getting it ready the night before, and I walked away from where I was cutting it, and O'Neill got up on the counter and ate it all.
Oh,
yeah. Oh, yeah, I had to go back to the store and buy more.
Oh, my God.
That's terrible.
Oh, yeah, let me tell you, he was in the doghouse, literally. I was like, all right, that's enough. That is enough. I'm sorry?
Which dog did that?
O'Neill, Dad's favorite.
O'Neill.
Yeah.
That dog is hungry all the time, too.
I know it. He takes after me.
Does he still sit right between my legs?
Yeah, that's the dog that likes to hang around you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a pretty dog.
He sat next to you at the picnic table.
Yeah. I don't feed him.
I know it. He just loves you. Kyle writes this. Dear Meathead, I've been ignoring a recall notice for a few years. Like I think he bought a candle, and Yankee Candle said, hey, this candle is being recalled. And he hasn't taken it back. He says
Why would they recall a candle?
I don't know. He says it makes him feel like a badass because he's not taking the candle back for the recall. He says, should I keep riding the lightning until the lightning runs out?
No, take it back.
It's really not a story. Just take the candle back and no need to make a big deal out of it.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay, good.
Yeah, good thinking.
All right, so no more riding the lightning. Just take the candle back, get your money, and then that's the end of it.
Yeah.
All right, very good. Next question. He says, I've been seeing this girl, and it's going pretty great.
It's going what?
He says, it's going pretty great.
Okay, going good.
Only problem is when she starts laughing, it's a real mood killer. So I guess she has like a horrible laugh or something like that.
Okay.
So whenever she laughs, it kind of messes things up for him. He's like, I don't even know if I can handle it because the laugh is so strange. So he wants to know, what should he do? Should he say to her, look, you laugh like hell? Or, what should I do? The other night we were starting to smooch and she started to laugh. And after that, the moment was over. What should I do about this girl I'm seeing in her laugh?
Well, you have one choice that is clear. Just quit seeing her.
Yeah.
Don't make me laugh.
No, you can't stop her from laughing. I mean, that's a makeup of her personality.
Yeah, it is a makeup of her personality.
So, but you tell her that, just tell her.
Uh-huh.
This is not really an acceptable type of thing.
Right.
It's annoying me or whatever. What can we do about it?
Uh-huh.
I mean, if he's seeing her,
Well, he can't.
he can't get rid of her.
No, yeah, maybe he might be stuck.
Yeah, and she can't really change herself.
That's so expensive.
Her laugh and all that. That's a part of her. I don't know.
Haven't seen it.
You want to call it genes?
Yeah, I think it is. It's either that or maybe she just, I don't know. It sounds. I think he indicated she has this crazy squeaky smoker laugh that makes her sound like a 95-year-old hag.
Wait a minute. Joanne just made a comment. What was it, honey?
I don't even know.
She said she had a remedy for it, but she don't remember what she said.
Wasn't red. Well, I tell you what. I think this one goes unsolved. But I think ultimately, if she has a bad laugh, you're just gonna have to either deal with it or cut her loose.
Absolutely, it's one of the two. I mean, that's part of her makeup.
If it
Right.
bothers him dating her, it's going to kill him if he marries her.
Oh yeah, definitely don't marry her.
Not under this circumstances,
All right, Chris writes this, Dear Meathead, choose one of these qualities: best looking, most intelligent, or richest. Which one would you want?
Wait a minute, go over that one more time.
If you could choose between being the best looking in the world, most intelligent in the world, or the richest person in the world, which one would you choose?
I'd go with the richest person in the world.
How come?
I know, real.
Yeah, I can buy the rest.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. I would do the same thing. That's an easy one.
Sure.
All right. Let's see. I think I've got one more here. Dear Meathead, have you been following the story about the submarine under the water there?
Yes.
Yes.
Would you ever do that?
No.
No.
I mean, knowing what we know now, there's no way in hell I would ever do that.
I
No.
wouldn't anyway.
No.
What about if you could go on one of those things where you take a rocket into space and then come back down? Would you ever do that?
Nah.
Yeah,
I don't have the guts.
I don't either. It's just too much of a risk. Something goes wrong, that's it.
Sure.
You'd fly in a plane though.
Oh, yeah.
Right. All right. I want to make sure you wouldn't do that. Or you
No,
would still do it.
that's not a problem.
Okay. That's all I have for you. Is there anything I need to address or that you want to address as we wrap up this edition of Dear Meathead?
I will say, don't stay in the sun today.
Of course.
Definitely not.
Uh-huh.
And hug your wife or your girlfriend with sincere love.
Yeah. Yeah. And whatever you do, don't say she's going to look like a thunder thigh.
I don't know. That should be a personal conversation.
Oh, yeah. Don't.
Hey, I can tell her. This guy should tell. Listen,
Yeah.
Honey, you're really overweight.
Yeah.
And this is not a makeup. And the reason you get overweight is, I don't know if it's just eating or not.
Of course it is.
But if it is,
Yeah.
you've got to control it.
So, instead of saying you're going to look like a thunder thigh, you should
Don't do that.
Yeah, you should say the sensitive thing. Hey, you're really overweight.
you're really getting out of control overweight.
I don't know how much more sensitive that is.
Well, hey, some people don't understand. And you know what? It's not an easy task to quit eating.
No, it's not. I definitely know that.
So, my God.
You can choose different things to eat.
Yeah.
So,
It's just a problem because the food tastes so good.
Sure. Joanne just said a good one. Choose right food. That can help you a little bit.
Yes, I would say that is definitely part of it. Choosing the right food.
Eat very little meat and a whole lot of vegetables.
Did you hear that?
All right. I'll give it a whirl. I'll try again today.
Okay.
All right. Much love.
Hey, likewise, and thanks for all that beautiful, beautiful meal that you put in front of us.
We're looking for you next Sunday.
Thank you.
All right.
I just love you for that.
All
honey.
right. The pleasure's ours.
Other than that, I don't love you.
All right. Fair enough, guy.
Okay, guys.
All right. Love you.
Thanks for your call. Love you too,
Okay.
honey.
See you guys. Love you, Joanne.
Bye.
Bye-bye. There we go. Dear Meathead. Always exceptional. She's going to look like a thunder thigh. Something we won't be saying to my wife. I like how he's like, oh, yeah, you can't say that. You got to just walk up to her and say, excuse me, you're really overweight. Ugh. Concerning the chick who laughs strange, Ryan says, I'd be on the lookout for the inability to pronounce R words.
Cars. Christmas, incredible. New York, come to Oregon, come here. Temperature, algorithms, incredible. For crust, cripple.
That is one of the most amazing things I've ever heard. Cars. Right out of the gate, the cars. I've never heard that word pronounced that way. Cars. Cars. Cars.
Cars. Christmas, incredible.
Cars. Christmas, incredible.
New York.
Instead of New York, it's New York.
Come to Oregon.
Instead of Oregon, it's Oregon.
Come here. Temperature.
Temperature is temperature.
Algorithms, incredible. For crust, cripple.
Oh my God. What a debilitating thing. When I first heard that, I thought this has to be like a Make-A-Wish or something. Oh, hideous. I just can't handle it. I wrote to my daughter, Madison, today. One thing I need to remind you is to stay safe at this event. Hold on a second. Stay safe at this event. Do not accept or drink anything that is an open container. Weirdos spike drinks all the time at these types of venues. Electric Forest. Oh, my God. Now, as far as I know, I don't think you're allowed into the venue unless you're, like, on Molly. So she's gone to Electric Forest in the past. It's a festival type of thing in the middle of the woods somewhere in one of these faraway northern Michigan communities. And all they do is play EDM music. All these fucking weirdos perform for like a month or something like that. You go up there and it says, okay, as you're pulling into the parking lot, they say, are you on Molly? No. Well, here, take this or you have to leave. You can't be here in a sober state of mind. And before, she would just go for like a day or two. And now she's going for like the whole thing. Like you have to bring a tent. I'm like, fuck me. This is horrible. I go, look, this is what my expectation is here. This is what my hope is. I've got expect the worst, hope for the best. So I'm already wrapping my mind around getting a hold of the funeral parlor and buying a casket. That's where my brain is right now. Can I call you to talk about Electric Forest on the podcast? ? I know you never like me just calling you out of the blue, so I'm asking. She's coming back with the Wook flu at least, says Ashley. I don't know what that means. What is Wook flu? I just woke up. Can we wait a little bit? I wrote, come on. All right. She's giving it. Thank God. Pressure.
Hello.
Okay. It's a big week for you. Electric Forest.
Mm-hmm.
How did you sleep?
What?
How did you sleep last night? Did you sleep well?
I slept fine, and then you woke me up.
How did I wake you up? I texted you like an hour ago.
Yeah, but and then I said, I just woke up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but that was like several minutes ago.
Okay, whatever.
You know how on the show I play clips of you when you were a little teeny weeny girl?
Mm-hmm.
If you lose it, I'll add that to the clips.
I don't know why you think I'm gonna lose it.
I don't know. I'm just being silly, you know? I'm just cracking jokes. So
Okay.
So you're taking a tent to Electric Forest.
Yeah.
You have like a sleeping bag or a cot?
We have cots.
You do? All right, that's cool. Are you going to get any sleep? I mean, this is quite an event.
Probably not a lot, to be honest.
All right, now it's all EDM, right?
Mostly.
Is that a music you like?
I don't really listen to it a ton, but I just like going for all the fun stuff that's there, like all the shops and all the way it's decorated.
Isn't there a forest called the Fairy Forest?
Well, the whole thing is basically a fairy forest.
Can you explain to the audience what a fairy forest is?
Well, it's kind of like, hang on, I'm stretching. Okay. It's like, I think it's this guy that owns this farm, and it's like acres and acres of land, and he rents out the place to the people on the company. Yeah, it's like some ranch, and then he rents it out, and then they take months to set it up. I don't know how long it takes, but there's like strobe lights everywhere and rainbow lights everywhere. And
okay.
Like it's so hard to explain because they put so much work into this, and it takes months to set up. But I can't even describe.
So it's a real visual audio experience. Some people suggest that a person. It's important that they be on some type of hallucinogen.
Well, some people do, yeah. Most people, yeah.
I would say that if you're not on a hallucinogen, that they'll send you home.
No, that's not true. I went last year.
I'm very concerned about all of this, but, you're an adult.
I'll be fine. I went last year.
Now listen to me.
I went to Lollapalooza. Lollapalooza is so much worse.
Now listen to me. There was an incident where this kid 5 years ago, he went missing as a dude. He's never been found. So
I don't know why you think that's going to be me.
Well, I mean, it's fresh in my mind. It's the same event. The guy's never been found. I just want you to be extremely careful.
I know, but if I were to avoid the things that everybody got in trouble with or everybody went missing with, I'd be sitting at home for the rest of my life.
All right, let's do a little role play.
Oh my God.
You like you meet up with the crew and they seem nice and friendly, and then hey, let's hang out, and then one guy pours you a drink and it's in like a red Solo cup. What do you do?
I say no. I go to college. People have attempted to roofie me. I know what it's like.
I didn't know that. That's happened?
Well, people will walk up to you at college parties and just hand you a drink, and then you usually say no.
So, yeah, but you don't know if they were attempting to roofie you.
I don't trust college boys, especially ones in frats. Are you kidding me?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, all boys in general are scum.
And a lot of them have Title IX charges.
What does that mean?
They violated, basically have a Title IX at school where if you sexually assault someone, if you discriminate against someone because of gender, you get a Title IX charge, basically, at the school.
Oh, okay. And you get too many of those, you get, like, kicked out.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do for food there?
We went shopping yesterday and got a bunch of, just stuff to make lunches. And then, because the food there is so expensive, like the booths.
Yeah.
Crazy. Like, if you were to only buy food there, I think I'd run out of money.
So what do you do? Bring like a cooler?
Yeah.
And you can get ice.
It's like camping.
It's like camping. You bring it, put it in a cooler, and keep it stocked with ice.
Yeah, we bought dry ice.
You bought dry ice?
Yeah, we're smart.
Well, it's gonna freeze it. Holy shit!
That's smart. Yeah, we did. Well, no.
Doesn't dry ice freeze your food?
No, it just lasts longer.
I don't know about that. All right. Well, whatever. Okay. When do you leave on the adventure?
We leave today. Today is only arrival.
I'm sorry?
So nothing's really happening today. You just get to set up early.
Okay. When does the event officially start?
Tomorrow.
And then it lasts for like 3 or 4 months?
No, we come back Monday morning.
All right. Okay. Nick says, do not leave dry ice in your tent. He's being serious here. It will kill you.
Yeah, don't leave dry ice in a tent, babe. We don't want carbon. Is it carbon dioxide poisoning? Is that what it does?
I don't know, but look it up.
I think it's CO2. Yeah.
I don't think it's CO2. CO2
Yes,
can't kill you, can it? I don't know.
Yes, it can.
It is CO2. Fuck, I don't know. I try to breathe oxygen. And you are correct. According to Nick, you are correct. So keep the damn thing out of the tent.
Okay.
That'd have been awful. Thank God. Were you going to leave it in the tent?
No. We're not to leave it in the tent.
Oh, fuck.
You think we're going to die.
All right. Well, that's all I have for you. I'm just very worried.
Yeah, I'm going to go do meth.
Okay. And also, yeah, heroin, holy shit, mushrooms, Molly, meth, all these terrible things are going to be pushed into your body. I'm so sad.
No. Why do you think I'm going to do them?
I don't know. It just.
Who do you think I am?
I just hate this. I just want you to stay home.
Well, I'm not going to.
All right. Well, have a good time. I love you guys.
Okay, I love you. Don't be dumb.
All right. See ya.
Bye.
Thanks for talking to me. Pain in the ass. Don't let her go to the Astro World Festival. Oh yeah, I remember that was that dude. I forgot the guy's name. It's 90 out. The windows will be open. You won't die from CO2 in the tent. Well, probably. Tell you what, that kid's come a long way.
Hello? Yeah, hi, Maddie. What's up? You sound like you're upset. Okay, I was able to gather out of that something about your mother is upset because your DS case is missing and you can't find it anymore.
Oh, my God.
Huh. So I'm guessing that it'll probably turn up, over time. It probably just can't find it right now because you're rushing looking for it.
Cole says this sounds better than Kelly Cheese.
Do you think it's gone forever? No, I don't think so, baby. We'll find it. I promise you. Me too. I want to find it too, but
Maureen says, I don't know. She sounded a lot like that just now.
It might take a little looking. Okay, well, it sounds like you're having a rough start to your day. I'm sorry. Okay, I love you.
Little whimper.
Right. Sure, it'll be okay.
Well, talk to mommy.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Hey, can you put mommy on? Wow. We recorded that. It's awesome.
Oh, yay.
That's horrible.
No.
Ear piercing.
We're driving, trying to concentrate. There it is. Stop it.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, it really
Every
helps.
time you tell him.
How old was she here?
2.5.
We're driving, trying to concentrate. There it is. Stop it.
That makes it worse.
Yeah, it really
Every
helps.
time you tell him.
How old was she here?
2.5.
4 now. 1.5, maybe.
Legendary. Great song, Corey says. Cold Hard Bitch by Jet. Whatever happened to Jet? They fucking took us by storm back then. At about 2005. Those assholes. Haven't done shit since. As Bruce rolls on his back, paws straight in the air, pecker hanging out as he falls back asleep. How great is that? They had to leave town, had another appointment. Lyrics from Jet, Cold Heart Bitch. All right. No, seriously. Electric Forest. I am very, very concerned. I got a LOLA, and I very much disagree. You don't sleep there. You walk to your hotel. Ashley says. She's coming back with the Wook flu. And then I said, what is that? Okay, I'll play your silly game. She says, look it up. Or you could have just told me. Urban Dictionary. When Wook has been on festival tour, not showering, sleeping on the ground, and acting as a garbage can for drugs and sexual partners, a virus cesspool begins to fester on them, particularly in the dread region of their body. Over the festival season, the viruses on them all grow and combine to develop into a super virus called the Wook flu. When a normal concert goer comes into contact with it, they will become deathly ill around 3 to 4 days after the show. Typically, symptoms include the worst sore throat, aches, and body headache one has ever felt, which causes the infected person to be bedridden for up to a week. The only cure is soup, Netflix, and the strongest over-the-counter flu meds one can procure. But a trip to the doctor or the emergency room to get antibiotics is not out of the question and is, in fact, quite common. Unfortunately, a Wook flu cure has not been discovered yet, so please plan accordingly if you start feeling ill and have a more experienced concert goer on hand nearby to help with your treatment. Shall you, with your treatment, shall you succumb to this terrible virus? In a sentence. I think she got the Wook flu after the 3-night fish run at SPAC. We won't be seeing her for a week. I need to send her this. That is awesome. The Wook flu. She probably knows all about it. Ashley says, I did respond. I sent a text, Dick. Oh, all right. Sorry about that. Yeah, there you are. Well, you sent what I looked up. You could have just told me. She says, I got this at Lollapalooza last year. It's very real. Aren't you like 50? What the fuck are you doing going to Lollapalooza? Cole says, have you ever had sex while camping? It's fucking intense. What? Corey says, new segment, Urban Dictionary word of the day. All right. I'm way behind on advertisements for this show, so I'm going to do a bunch of them. First off, buy a T-shirt. I need a new graphic artist. If anybody wants to be the official graphic artist for the show, I need some new T-shirt designs. Reach out to me, and we'll figure out something to make it work. I want to do a whole new line of T-shirts. Eric at EricZaneShow.com. In the meantime, the other ones will still be available. You can get them anytime you want at EricZaneShow.com. Just click merch, and off you go. Thank you to TC Paintball. Online at tcpaintballgr.com. Gather up the friends, gather up the relatives, book an event, workplace team building, kids in the neighborhood, bachelor party, bachelorette party. TC Paintball. tcpaintballgr.com. Terrific destination. Fun for everybody for an entire day. You will not be disappointed. Holy cow. You walk in, you drop your coin, and then get ready. They take care of everything. It's turnkey for you. You don't need a thing other than you and your money. They'll take care of everything. If you want to upgrade with maybe you got a person who doesn't afraid about getting hit, you can armor them up. You can do all that shit. They have the masks. They have the weaponry. They have the paint. All at TC Paintball. Be warned, you're going to fall in love with the sport and end up buying a gun. Fortunately, they have everything you need at TC Paintball. Hey, that looks fun. Let me try that out. Then you can take it over to the testing proving ground area and try out the gun. tcpaintballgr.com. Ask about the kids' leagues where the kids get introduced to paintball with the low-impact weaponry, which doesn't hurt. And the kids experience paintball until they're like ready to graduate to getting a few welts. tcpaintballgr.com. Racing at Berlin this weekend. They're calling it Margaritaville. So what you do is you go to berlinraceway.com, get your tickets for $14 when you buy them online, $17 at the gate. And you got a DD. Let's say your wife wants to party with her girlfriends. So you got 4 chicks and you. And the kids also are in the minivan. You pull in. You've already purchased the tickets online for the adults. The parking is free. The kids are free. You go in and you're feeding these bitches drinks. They drink about 8 margaritas each. They're not even paying attention to the races. They're looking at you. And when they're in that lazy mode because they're all together drinking. And then you go home and you put the kids to bed, and these women who have whorish tendencies because they're drunk from margaritas, are going to have group sex with you. It's going to be a reverse gangbang. Compliments of your old pal EZ. That's how it goes. Entertain the bitches with an evening out at Berlin Raceway. BerlinRaceway.com is where you get tickets. Some of that might be my own fantasy in my head. It just flew out of me too easily. All right. Corey says guaranteed muff munching. What about if you're with your wife and her two brothers and one drinks so much and shits his pants? That's happened. All right. Where am I? Oh, thank you to Joe Martinez from A&E Heating and Cooling. I can't stress this enough. Here in West Michigan, it's going to be like over 90 for the next several days. Yeah, you're going to be spending money on the AC, on energy. And, you know, if that thing's working and you have not had that thing maintained appropriately, you are rolling the dice. When it does puke on you because you didn't maintain it appropriately because you're dumb, call Joe Martinez. He'll fix it for you. 616-516-8579. If it hasn't yet broken down, don't wait another day. Call and schedule a cleaning/tune. 616-516-8579. It's going to set you back $79 when you call upon A&E Heating and Cooling. Tension in the city of Warren. Literally, tension in the city of Warren. My hometown has entered the game of police abuse. Like, no shit. We're going to break this down a couple of ways. Now, this is the video camera from the police station. I have been in that room right there. I remember it vividly. When I got busted for the scavenger hunt when I was in high school and when I was processed, this is the processing room. Where you're standing, that's where the mug shot is taken. The dude standing there is getting a mug shot. He's fucked up and he's done something wrong. Now, all is good at this point. Very much by the book. There's no audio on this video. The cop sitting there, though, he ends up, well, he's not happy about something. And if you're triggered by one dude getting his ass kicked, you're about to see that. Okay. We pick it up. Something's happened. And the cop is now getting up. The guy was standing there. He says something. All right, cop gets up. Dude turns towards cop. And then cop is like reaching with his right hand behind him to the printer. And then nothing comes out of the printer except his hand on the guy's face. Bam! Oh, no! Wow! That was rough. Oh, he gets his hips into it and everything. Boom! Ooh, boy! And then he grabs him. The guy's very slight, and the cop is now on top of him. One punch, and then two punch, and then boom! He grabs his hair and bashes his head on the ground. Oh no! This is extremely fucked up. In my head, when he did that slap there, all I hear is that Chappelle, but what are the five fingers say to the face? Charlie Murphy! Unity! Boom! Okay, So this cop is still giving this dude a business. And now he's talking. Now the other cops are coming in there, and they're not like doing anything there. And then he actually pulls this dude up by his hair. Boy, that's a teeny weeny dude. He is skinny. This cop is got him by about 75 pounds. All right. And now this dude is hurt. He's fucked up. And then the cop grabs him by the jacket. The other two, they don't do shit. They're all fired. Every one of these guys is fired. Then he gets him out of there, throws him in a cell, in the holding cell, knocks him down, and shuts the fucking door. Oh, man. All right. Now, full disclosure here. The guy who did this is a total piece of shit. In my opinion here, we have the best of both worlds. The guy who did this is the guy who got beat up is a fucking piece of shit. And the cop is a piece of shit. So now both, and the other two that didn't help the guy who was getting his ass kicked, everybody's a piece of shit. And so they're all going to get fired. I love this. This is going to work out. And the guy who got beat up, he's not hurt. He's not hurt. This is how they covered it on the news.
Assault, accused of using excessive force.
The incident happened last week inside the city jail, and it was all caught on video. Fox 2's Charlie Langton joins us live outside Warren Police Headquarters. And Charlie, what's the status right now of that officer?
Well, I'll tell you what, Taryn, it's a very sad situation. That officer right now, he is out on bond. The judge today ordered a $5,000 personal bond, but he's going to have to account for 2 misdemeanor charges. Today, this cop is now on the other side of the law. Let me tell you what happened. About a week ago, a 19-year-old man from Detroit, he was arrested here in Warren for carjacking and being a felon in possession. But when he was taken to the booking area of the Warren jail, this is when he encountered police officer Matthew Rodriguez. 14 years on the job, the booking officer, and then whatever words were said, something went wrong, and Officer Rodriguez allegedly assaulted this particular victim. Take a look.
Okay. Before we get it... Ooh. What are the 5 fingers say to the face? Before we get into this again... you see, so this guy is accused of carjacking and felony possession of a pistol, or they didn't say, or drugs. I don't know. So he's a total piece of shit, probably a career criminal. God knows what was said, but the cop still can't lose his shit like that. He should be given the key to the city and fired. The cop should be given key to the city, fired, and then can't be a cop anymore, because we can't have cops doing this to people. We gotta follow the rules. So I'm on both sides.
And takes him to the ground. Once on the ground, the officer delivers additional punches to the prisoner.
Oh no!
Head into the ground.
And just moments after that, the video shows the officer throwing the victim into a jail cell. 2 officers, according to the police commissioner, tried to de-escalate the assault.
That cop has some power. That is a strong-ass dude picking up that dead weight. He picked up that guy like he was a piece of paper.
One of the officers reported saying, "That's enough. That's enough."
Although the audio was not released and the booking officer
to the face
to have his body cam on, a violation, the police internal investigation recommended criminal charges, which the prosecutor brought, all within a week.
By the way, this prosecutor, Lucido, he's as corrupt as they come.
The incident.
It gives a black eye to the ones that put the badge on and the gun to serve and protect.
Now, he's a prosecutor, and everybody's giving him shit because he's saying that, but the cop only got charged with a misdemeanor, but that might be because of a loophole in how felonies are charged.
And that's no way to serve nor protect.
All right, now that officer again, his name is Matthew Rodriguez. He's been 14 years on the job. He was the booking officer. He is now on a paid leave of absence. Next week, he'll have an employment hearing to determine his status. Again, he's looking at 2 misdemeanor charges, assault and then conduct unbecoming of an officer. It should be noted here that the Warren Police Department,
City of Warren,
Commissioner Dwyer actually told the officer take the victim, that 19-year-old Detroit man, to the hospital to see if he was hurt. He was examined but released within hours with no treatment. Now, the victim was then taken to the Macomb County Jail, where he will face charges on the incident for which he was arrested. Again, it's a terrible situation here where an officer allegedly tonight is on the other side of the law. No court date has yet been set for that Warren officer. Taryn, Roop, I'll send it back to you. I'm live in Warren.
Yeah, and obviously this officer deserves his day in court and a fair judgment here. But in the
I like how the TV station is really like, oh yeah, innocent till proven guilty. Allegedly, he deserves his day in court. They're covering all their bases.
meantime, you look at that video without the audio. It's hard to tell what could cause an officer to do something like this when you're already in the police station with other officers present. It seemed like a very easy thing to have this transaction be done without having to slam his head against the ground so hard.
Well, I think the question that a lot of people may be asking, why 2 misdemeanors and not a felony? That was asked of the prosecutor, Pete Lucido. And basically, in order to prove felonious assault, there's got to be 2 things. One of
this guy's voice, he might be Kelly's dad.
2 things. Either a weapon was used, a gun, a knife, a chair, something, it wasn't used. Now, fists can be used to commit a felony, but there's got to be a serious injury. And in this case, there's really no serious injury. Now, that's good. It still doesn't negate the fact that the officer cannot do what he did. And we have to remember that this officer, this Warren officer, 14 years on the job, is innocent until the prosecutor can prove him guilty. He'll get his day in court, and again, he's got an employment hearing coming up next week.
Oh, boy. Well, he'll get fired. I'm guessing. Holy shit. Yeah. That
became Michigan's first family of law.
Was quite a thing. Loses his mind. Kyle says, even the reporter knows it's bullshit to say allegedly. Chris says, slap on the wrist. Chris says the cops did not try to de-escalate. They're like, oh, yeah, they tried to de-escalate. I didn't see that. It looked like they were holding his legs down. Shocking body cam was off. The floor smash is brutal. Chris and Maine, officers in the field at least have a chance to see pleasant things out there, but these folks working inside the prison or jail only work with the next level criminals. So what? Be a professional. That was all done with AI. This cop is innocent. Said no one. Tyler says, I wish a reporter could say, well, I'll tell you what, Linda, this officer is fucked. Oh, man. Kenny writes, wow, and they wonder why people hate cops. You never know who you can trust. That was completely uncalled for. Yeah, it's interesting because obviously not all cops are like that. Cops need to do a better job of being professional. But I think also that I guess I would need to know what the hell this guy said. I mean, that context does matter, and that doesn't mean it's okay for him to bash somebody's brains in. But at the end of the day, though, it really doesn't fucking matter. Okay? If he is a crackpot cop and he's done this before, or if it was just a loss of control once, he should be fucking terminated. That I think we can all agree on. A cop needs to no longer be a cop. But I am so happy that this carjacking animal got the shit beat out of him. Can you imagine if the person who had her carjacked or his carjacked by this guy saw that? How much he'd be cheering when he saw that video? Or maybe the guy or the chick who got carjacked is friends with that cop and like paid him to do that. I mean, you probably got a big roar from that person's house when they saw that video. And then, look, Kyle makes a great point. He should no longer be a cop. There are plenty of DNR positions in Michigan open for him. Oh, exactly. Or like that security firm that was at Grand Rapids Pride last week. Every one of those guys had face tattoos. They looked like the lowest of the low. It was like mall security with guns. If that happened to the guy on the street, it's like good riddance to bad rubbish. Absolutely true. Key to the city for the cop and fire him. He should have gone further and like paralyzed the guy. Tyler goes back to that Chappelle bit and says, if there was audio, we'd probably hear the cops say with every head bash, fuck your head, N-word. Fuck your couch, N-word. I didn't grind my teeth and I didn't grind my feet in motherfucking couch, my boots in the couch. Have some sense. I didn't grind my feet. Yeah, I ground my feet in the motherfucking couch. I love that so much. Rick James, grind my feet in couch.
That was just
a fucking Rick James double talk. Audio check, video check.
See, I never just did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I going to do?
Oops, sorry. Do it again.
Just all of a sudden just jump. See, I never just did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I going to do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's something to do. Come on, I got a little more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on Eddie's couch. See, I never just did things just to do them. Come on, I mean, what am I going to do? Just all of a sudden just jump up and grind my feet on somebody's couch like it's something to do. Come on, I got a little more sense than that. Yeah, I remember grinding my feet on Eddie's couch.
Fuck your couch. So fantastic. It's funny because last night I watched, there's a lot of outtakes from when Chappelle was getting the footage of Charlie Murphy telling stories to make that bit. And there's a lot of shit that you didn't see in the bit of Charlie Murphy describing growing up with his brother. And there's like about 30 minutes of stories of Charlie Murphy. He was such a fantastic swearer. He was the best swearer I'd ever heard. In fact, Chuck D wrote that same thing. That's where I got it. Chuck D wrote that in a tweet. He was the best swearer I've ever heard, and he's right. And such a storyteller. Oh my God, is he funny? He was funny. He's dead now. Jesus. I think he's funnier than Eddie. All right. Okay, so that's what's going on in City of War. On the fucking Patreon today, I've got an update on BB Rexa, who I had never heard of until that dude hit her in the face with his phone. Can't go in the stands and challenge a guy who hits him in the cup with a face. She was at some concert, walked up on stage, some guy threw a fucking phone at her and hit her in the fucking head, and it cut her bad. By the way, she's super hot. She is like a really, really attractive woman. And people give her shit because she's like juicy. And I like juicy. I used to not like juicy, but I'm into juice now. She's got a lot of juice. And people are giving her shit because she's like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm fat now, but I'm still juicy. And I'm like, skinny or fat, I don't give a shit. You're pretty. She is pretty as a picture. Motherfuck. I got a crush on her. Too young for me, though. That's why it's weird. How old is she? Is she even 30? Age. Please tell me that she's at least 30. Oh, thank God. She's 33. Yeah, she's cute, man. Holy fuck shit. This is more of a juicy picture. This one's definitely juicy. She's full on juicy there. Holy shit. Damn. All right, enough of that. Anyway, I've got an update on her getting her face smashed with the phone. Talk about that on Patreon. You can listen for free. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. 7 days free. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Also, new update on Kevin Costner. Remember his wife, who's quite a bit younger than him. They're getting a divorce. There's a dude involved. And no one's coming out and saying, yeah, there was some side porking going on. But I don't know. With the smoke, there's fire in my eyes. You know, you got guys off movie shoots, leaves his wife home, and there's a dude living in the guest house on the property. I wouldn't do that. I have a problem with my wife if she's going out to eat with a dude. I'm like, no, we're not going to do that. Unless it's one of the gays. If it's one of the gays, that's fine. But no, you're not going to go and hang out with some guy. I'm not going to go hang out with a girl. I don't give a fuck who it is. I'm not going out to eat with a girl or visit or have coffee with a girlfriend. And I expect the same out of you. You're not going to go hang out with dudes. You're going to hang out with girls. We've already had this discussion. We've come to this agreement. There is no hanging out with opposite sex. Now, if we're together with the opposite sex, that's different. That we can pull off. But even that, I'm like, I would prefer these people to have girlfriends. None of this third wheel shit. Okay? Now, if my pal Jimmy comes over and it's Eric, Diana, Jimmy, that's different. That's my brother. You let Andrea hang out in your hotel room. Ugh. Gross. Don't remind me. I think we both got a contact buzz from the amount of booze that was like floating through the air, the fumes. All right. I could talk all day, honestly. Could talk all day. But I can't. I gotta go on with there's more stuff to be done today. All right. Before I let you go and before I give you the asshole of the day, special thanks to Darwin and Kent at Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet. They just signed up for another 6 months of marketing. That is fantastic. I love the partnership. And if you have a home or whatever, you need to put flooring into your home, there's 2 steps. The first step is go to the discount outlet here in West Michigan, Granville, Michigan, Johnson Carpet One Discount Outlet. It's a warehouse, not the prettiest flower. 4 beige walls, big building, small red sign on one side, green sign, white lettering on the other. They buy the flooring in mass quantities for cheap because they buy so much, and then they sell it to you for cheap. You go there, be ready to deal, be ready to walk out with the flooring, drive out with the flooring, have a vehicle that can transport it. Yeah, the room is this size, Kent. He's going to do some math. This is how much you need of what do you want? Well, I love this vinyl plank. How many boxes do I need? Hang on. He's going to do some math. All right, this is how much it's going to cost you. Oh, well, did you take the 10% off for the Eric Zane Show podcast discount? I did not. Well, I listened to Eric Zane. He told me to come see you. Okay, that's another 10% off what is already the lowest price in the entire state of Michigan and beyond. Oh, my God. Put that shit in your dumbass minivan and get out of there. All right, if they don't have anything that you'd like there, and they will, go up the street to the main showroom. You walk in, there's a hot chick there. Can I help you? Yeah, I need flooring. Okay, have a spritzer. Or do you want an espresso? And then they're going to sit down and go over like what the room can look at like with whatever you choose. And that's how you get the flooring. It's not as cheap as a discount outlet, but you get the spritzer and the espresso. And maybe get to see Darwin. That's about all I have to say about that. They're on Chicago Drive, the discount outlet behind Little Caesars. That's all you need to know, because if that didn't work for you there, say to Kent, drop the E out of you, where's the main showroom? And he'll tell you exactly where it is. That's it. Irvine's is the place you need to go to get your car fixed. That's ER Vines. E-R-E-E. Hear my voice crack? ER Vines. 616-532-6600. I'm doing the car show again this year. God, did I love that last time. It was so much fun. You have to go to the car show. Afterwards, we go over to, what's the Mexican joint? La Senorita. They got the big-ass burrito, the overrated burrito, that Man versus Food. Beltline Bar. The car show has an org that they give money to for the money they raise. They do it every year. Done it for great causes for multiple years. This year, they've partnered with Harbor Humane. How about that? That is awesome. So that is so cool. In fact, it works out because just yesterday, one of the techs, he heard, like, he's driving around in his car and he gets out of his truck and he's like, what the fuck? He hears a meowing and there's a kitten in the fucking fender. I'm not even kidding you. I can't get to the picture right now, but they had to take like a portion of the, where it says Ford truck on the side. They had to take that off and the cat goes, here I am. And there's this cat's face sticking out of they had to remove the cat and now somebody has a kitten. It's so fantastic. I love them. Get your cars fixed at Irvine, 616-532-6600. I swear by these people. I've never had a audience member go there and then call me up and say, hey, dude, what the fuck happened? It wasn't any good. You lied to us. You lied to our ears. It's always been sweet, man. 616-532-6600 for Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid, and EV. Chris says, don't forget to mention the free rentals. They give you a car to drive around while yours is getting fixed. Megan writes, I think Allison and I are going to be fast friends. Oh, my God. Yeah, you guys would be great friends. You're like the same age, and your husbands, I think, would hit it off. Brian and Brad would, seriously, you have friends for life. All right, look at O'Neill. Look at him. Hi, O'Neill. Hey, buddy.
Hi, handsome boy.
I see O'Neill all the time.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
I want to see O'Neill all the time.
When can I meet that boy?
When can I meet that boy?
Fuck you, asshole.
Fuck you, asshole.
I don't want to stop. I enjoy doing this so much. One more thing. The Kent County Health Department. I give it about a 10% chance that they remain on as a sponsor. I'm in a holding pattern. I'm not, I don't even like to call them a sponsor. I like to call it a partnership. Because they, you know, I do this and it's absolutely a paid service, but I'm doing it and talking about their initiatives on public health. It's not like I'm telling you to go spend money somewhere. I'm informing you, which the health department has to get the word out about important shit that you need to know about, like the WIC program, immunizations, testing for sexually transmitted infections after you get back from the electric forest. That's my job. But I don't know. I think there's trouble brewing. feel ghosted. We'll see. I'll keep you updated. But if you need information about things like the WIC program, immunizations for the little ones, which can all be free if you qualify, and getting tested for sexually transmitted infections, you should call the Kent County Health Department. 616-632-7200 is their number. You know, I see the puppy on the ground, but I don't remember Diana coming back in here and bringing the puppy in. Or did that door open and she brought the puppy in? Weird. Kent County Health Department, accesskent.com/health. Yesterday's asshole of the day was Kurt Schilling. Today, I'm not sure. I barely remember what I talked about. The fitness bell or the fitness ring. Fitness bell. The fitness ring, Mike Ball. Hey, fatty. Memory issues with dad. The sub being gone. Oh, I know who it is. Well, it's between Tyreek Hill and the Warren cop. It's got to be Tyreek Hill. I mean, he has a full body of work. And the cop did everybody a favor. Brought to you by TC Paintball. Tyreek Hill is your asshole of the day. K-Dub says it's got to be Stockton Rush. K-Dub, have we spoken to each other via email? I don't know that we have. If we have, remind me as to who you are. I always like to know who people are, you know? Get to know them. I've spoken to everybody via email or text or phone. And considering that it's usually just a few dozen people that enjoy this show live, send me an email as to who you are, your background, how you found the show. You know, I'm always interested in that shit. Thank you for being here. Talk to you on Patreon. Sign up for free for 7 days. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. Thank you. Goodbye.